Sagittarius in June of 2020. So my name is Shakti. Welcome to this broadcast. If this is your first time seeing me or any of my videos, and shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. Our Patreon community link is below for supporting this work. And I'll see all of my most upper tier patrons tonight for an after party on the full moon. So let's dive right in, shall we? So this energy report, the intention behind the energy report is to give you guys a lowdown of what I'm picking up, what I'm registering, and what I think deserves our attention when it comes to the energies at play. So the very first card that I pulled was the throat chakra card. And right now there is a very strong Gemini influence happening in the cosmos. And what do I mean by that? Gemini is a lot about communication. It is an air sign. And right now what I am seeing is a lot of voices being used in a lot of different ways. And at the same time, there is a lot of fear. This is a trapped in fear card, okay? And this is a mental card. So as we are all finding our voices and using our voices for what we believe to be just cause and what we believe to be an honorable cause, this is my reminder that we really take a moment to look at from where we are speaking, okay? Because when emotion is high and when we are in a place of feeling touched or triggered because of XYZ thing, and when those things create contraction in the body, contraction in the mind, contraction in the spirit, that is the energy of fear. Fear is contractive. So right now we have a ton of energy on the planet really grappling with this emotion, with this fear, feeling a contraction in their body and their energy and their mind. And it's becoming a very challenging arena for us to exist in, because as much as we want to use our voice and we want to be a voice for change, and a lot of people are doing that multi-level. In one of my last videos, one of my fireside chats, which I'll tag up here, I talked about how right now we need multi-level activism, right? And multi-level protesting, multi-level action, okay? Energetic action, physical action, internet action. We need that right now, which is where all this activation of the voice is coming in, and people are taking a stand and speaking for what they feel is right. And we want to be conscious that when we are speaking, it is not coming from an egoic place, that we are speaking to healing the divide, that we are speaking to curing injustice, that we are speaking, but the language we are using and the energy with which we are approaching our movement and our stance is a unification. It's a unifying energy. It's not adding to the division and separation, which is part of the Maya and part of the illusion and part of what we are continuing to feed when we use divisive language and we make it a this or that or him or her, etc., etc. Okay? Now, I want you guys all to realize, because this came forward, the Swan Queen was the card of transformation came forward. She's a beautiful card, number 13. This is an extremely transformative time. We are living in a time that will be recorded in history and hopefully recorded accurately. There has never been so much activism at one time on the planet on different levels. And we will walk out of 2020 a different nation in the US and a different globe. Period. The discontent and boredom card came out as an emotional border card. Oh, she looks, that is the strangest thing. Oh my gosh, there's like that is so funny. There's like a green screen effect on my card. That's so funny. Okay, I don't know why that's happening, but that's like super bizarre. This card is green, but it has like a brick. Because it's green, I guess it's picking up like green screen, so it's making some like weird. Anyways, this content and boredom card is about feeling unhappy with the status quo. It's about feeling like the way that things have been is no longer acceptable. It's no longer okay for things to be the way it has been, which is a very important energetic time for us as a collective to get behind and to capitalize on, okay? Now, I really invite you guys to look beyond the third dimensional. This is an energy report. Look beyond the third dimensional happenings of your planet, okay? And look beyond, look deep, look far, look wide into the discontent and boredom, okay? Meaning the unrest, the shadow stuff that's coming up for you, the confusion that's coming up for you, the beliefs that are being challenged, okay? Look far, look wide, ask the questions, watch the videos, dive in, right? Become an educated citizen of your world, internally and externally, but very much internally. I feel like this is a very big call to our, and I'm going to jump into a card sequence that's going to prove that. It's a very big call into our individual call shadow work, our individual need to heal whatever darkness, whatever heaviness, whatever is unsettled within us right now. Because these physical examples of injustice, these physical examples of usurpation of power, of corruption at deep levels, are a collective reflection. And as we question our own individual darkness, our own individual, I don't want to say shortcomings, but blind spots. That's a better word that I'm being given. Our individual blind spots to our civic responsibility, to our global citizenship responsibility, to our energetic responsibility. That's when we come together and we create a new experience of reality. The following set of 3 cards is very, very important. Okay? I got spiritual union, temptation, and hope. Listen to me when I say this, okay? Right now, we are in tension between these 2 things. Okay? This is a temptation card, also known as the devil card. This is not just metaphorical, it's pretty literal. The energy on the planet that's creating the tension that we are experiencing right now has always been here, but it is rearing its ugly head right now. A lot of people online are talking about this is not a political war, it's an evil versus good, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. There are dark and heavy energies on the planet that would like to see the chaos continue indefinitely until we basically turn ourselves in and collapse what we have created or what we want to create, which is that 5th dimensional ascension, the new earth, the cooperative earth, which I have been talking about for a while on my channel. But this is the other force that we have at play, which is hope and light. And something you cannot see here, I'm going to try and see if I can get it closer. But this circle of light is formed by all these little bodies. These are all figures of a body surrounding one golden figure right here in the center. These are all small figures. And they're all like in holding each other, basically, like holding hand posture around this one energy beam. Okay? This is the dynamic that's happening right now on the planet. This is why the tension, this is why the discord. There's this, and then there's this, and then there's this. And people are caught. Humanity is caught in the divide of these 2 things. The saving grace will be our spiritual union. This is our saving grace right here. The more that we lean in, stop trying, hear me when I say this now. Stop trying to decide that you know what's best for the future of the planet and for the future of your country. Stop. Get out of the game. Instead of deciding you know what's best and you're going to rally for that, get behind the energy that the highest good of this nation, the highest good of the earth, the highest good shall come to pass. Put your energy, put your prayer, put your vibration behind that. The highest good. Unify with your spirit. unify with each other, that the highest good will be the thing that comes to pass. And get out of the place of thinking you know what that is from your third dimensional limited brain. We on this third dimensional realm do not know all, do not see all. There are some people who have the gift of foresight and psychics and stuff like that, of which I am a collective. We see the future. We know, because we have different sorts of insights of what is to come and why that's important. But if you don't have that insight and you don't trust any particular insight, then put your prayers into the highest good. Whatever that is for the planet, put your energy in that basket. Okay. The Metal King is also a card of discipline, armor, and boundaries, and came inverted. So this is a plea for all of my light warriors out there doing important work, doing activism work in whatever format you're doing it, to please be mindful of having strong energetic boundaries, physical boundaries, protect yourselves, take care of yourselves, rest, nourish yourself. This is an extremely taxing time physically and energetically, and we are needed to do this work. And if we are not taking care of ourselves, then we will be out for the count and we will be suffering and we won't be able to show up for the very real work that we're being called to do right now. Okay. And the final two cards that came out were perhaps the most important two cards of this entire energy report, and it's the Cosmos and the Altar Priestess. Okay. The Cosmos is your creative card. It's about creativity, vastness, the universe. It is about how we create new worlds and new experiences of reality. It's about creativity, creation, okay, which is the energy of the divine, the energy of source, the energy of love. It's a creative force, okay? Let me explain to you about something about dark forces, dark controllers, those of you who may be watching who are dark controllers. Your energy is finite. Destruction is finite. Creation is infinite. You cannot control. You cannot subvert. You cannot subjugate an entire collective, an entire species without a deadline. Your time is up. Destruction is finite. Creation is infinite. So for those of us who don't know where to align with creation. The Altar Priestess. Preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. Pray for and use creative energy. For my witches out there and my prayer warriors, no hexing, no dark magic. There's enough of that energy on this planet. Don't bring it here anymore. Create. Pour your magic, pour your gift into creating the new world. Pour of yourself into envisioning and holding the frequency and the vibration of New Earth. The more of us that do that consistently, the more power we have as a collective. And when we stop thinking we know what's best, and when we decide to pour our energy into directing our Earth in the best possible evolution for her, with the best possible outcomes for her, suspending our personal judgments, suspending what we think we know, we allow divine forces to step in and organize us in that direction. So that is my call to action to every single one of you. We are being called as a collective to wake up to our shadow work, to honor our voice, to show up for our globe, to show up for our country, but to recognize that the way that we do that is through spiritual union, through creative divine energy, and through sacred ritual and prayer. That is how we do it. So when you step out into the world to do a physical form of activism, or you write something on the internet, or you share something, ask yourself, do I step out and do this next thing in the frequency of my spiritual union, in the frequency of being a servant of truth, in the frequency of sacred ritual, in the frequency of creation energy? Okay, this is where we have to get behind. This is how we create a new earth and a new world. Okay, so I see you. I'm praying for each and every one of you. I'm praying for all of us who are doing the good work of helping usher in a new earth, which is challenging and taxing. I know that you are tired. I know that your spirit feels heavy. Do not waver now. Now is not the time for unsure legs. Now is the time for us to put our money where our mouth is as spiritual leaders, as light workers on the planet, and show up for the planet. Okay? Be well, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I'll see you next time.